Hi, I'm Dory, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about the painting that I did for my doctor. Um, there's kind of a lot involved in the history of this and why this painting is significant. But if you've watched my channel for a long time, you might already know a lot of this. If you haven't seen the videos that I'm going to be kind of talking about, I'm going to have the full stories of everything, and the links to all of that are going to be in the description box down below. So if you're curious and you want more details about what I'm talking about, you can check out those videos and hear the full story of every incident that I'm going to mention. But long story short, doctors tend to treat me like crap. They are very dismissive of me. They will tell me like that I need to just lose weight, or basically dismiss any feeling or issue that I have as not important, because either because I am female, because it's happened when I was very thin as well, or because I'm overweight, which is the #1 thing that they like to blame stuff on. And doctors tend to mess up when I'm involved. For some reason, a lot of mistakes and errors are made by medical professionals when I'm the patient. I don't know why, it just seems to be my luck. Starting from when I was a little kid, when I went in for surgery, the doctor tried a procedure he'd never tried before and he messed it up, caused me to have significant blood loss, and I almost died. My first experience with a surgeon. As a young adult, I started having pain in my chest and extremely difficult problems late at night. Being able to breathe, just pain, and I thought I was having heart attacks. I started going to doctor after doctor after doctor after doctor, and every single person that I saw dismissed me and told me, there's nothing wrong with your heart. You're imagining things, you're just having stress problems, try to relax. Drink some tea or something at night, chamomile tea. A doctor literally told me to drink chamomile tea before I went to bed, and that would fix everything. And it wasn't until my gallbladder burst open and caused bile to spill into my bloodstream and I almost died, that I was actually rushed into emergency surgery to save my life. At that point, they realized that the pain that I'd been having was due to gallbladder disease. And I'd been having extremely painful gallbladder attacks for, I think it was 2 years. So it took me a really long time to get taken seriously, and I had to almost die to have any kind of diagnosis and cure for my situation. Again, I had Lyme disease. Again, I went to doctor after doctor saying I don't feel good, I'm really dizzy, I'm passing out, I can't hold down food, I feel very weak and shaky, I can't hold on to things with my hands. And doctors dismissed me. You got the flu, there's nothing wrong, you're weak, you're probably tired, you need to get into shape, try exercising every day. And it turned out again, I had Lyme disease, and they didn't actually diagnose me or take me seriously until I developed lesions on my brain and lost consciousness for over 20 minutes and had to have an ambulance ride to the emergency room. So multiple times, doctors have been very dismissive of issues that I'm having and not believed me, told me that things were not wrong at all, and I've just been kind of treated like crap. And doctors have repeatedly allowed me to almost die because they didn't believe me or felt like I didn't matter enough to run a simple test and figure out what was actually wrong with me. So, that's a really long story short. If you're familiar with my channel, again, you are aware I am currently recovering from a very large surgery that I did have. I had a hysterectomy, a pelvic floor reconstruction, and a very large tumor removed from my uterus. And you guys, if you've been watching for a long time, you already know it took me a really long time to get that diagnosed. I was having pain, I was having crazy feminine problems, and I went to multiple doctors. Again, doctor told me, oh, I'll give you some birth control. That'll fix the periods problem. And of course it didn't. I had doctors tell me, oh, there's nothing wrong with you. You just need to exercise and get in shape, you know. It's just, that's all it is. You're just overweight. And I was dismissed over and over and over until I finally found the doctor that helped me. I'm not going to say her name. I don't have permission to share any of her personal information. So I'm going to call her Dr. Sparrow. And Dr. Sparrow, not only when I came to her, not only did she believe me, but she made me feel comfortable. She made me feel that she understood where I was coming from. She offered me empathy. She tested everything. She made sure she figured out exactly what was wrong. And what she found was a massive, massive tumor on my uterus. And she made me feel validated, which is something that I don't think any doctor I have ever seen in my entire life has done for me. No one has ever made me feel validated. And when I would tell her, I'm in a lot of pain, I'm having trouble walking, my hips hurt, she would say, well, no wonder, look what's happening to you. And she would help me with the pain and help me find ways to get to deal with it and help me find ways to walk. And I'm just so grateful to her. She made me feel like a valuable human being that mattered. And that's never happened before to me with a doctor, ever. When I was dealing with the pain before I found Dr. Sparrow, and I was being told there was nothing wrong with me, that I just needed to lose weight, and I was exercising as best as I could with the pain that I was feeling, and I was on a diet for well over a year, and I was still gaining weight, and I was so frustrated, and I had a doctor tell me, you need to just lose some weight and you'll be fine. And I cried and I begged him. I said, please, I'm trying to lose weight. I keep gaining it instead. What am I doing wrong? And he said, well, you're obviously not doing enough. And when I talked to Dr. Sparrow about it, she said, well, you've got this massive tumor sitting on your uterus and it's manipulating the hormones in your body, and it's not only is it growing and causing you to gain weight because it's very heavy, but it's also causing you to retain fat and water because it's messing up the hormones in your body. So of course you're gaining weight, and you're gaining it fast. Before I found Dr. Sparrow, I talked to several doctors about feeling very, very depressed and very sad, and they dismissed it and said, well, if you exercise, it'll give you these endorphins and make you feel real good about yourself and you'll be fine. And I would try to exercise and I would be in so much pain that I would be throwing up and barely able to eat, and I would think about killing myself every single night because I couldn't tolerate it anymore. And after I found Dr. Sparrow, I talked to her about the depression and the bad things that I was feeling, and she said, well, you've got an enormous tumor sitting on your uterus and it's manipulating your hormones, so of course you're depressed and anxious. This makes sense. And because of Dr. Sparrow, I was able to get through this diagnosis, and I was able to understand it, and I was able to get through the surgery, and I was able to heal, and the entire time I felt validated, and I felt like I have every right to complain, I have every right to feel the things that I'm feeling, and she made me feel so strong and so empowered and so good. Again, if you guys are familiar with my channel, you'll know that as soon as I was diagnosed with this tumor and as soon as I was told I had to have surgery, I was laid off from my job. So I had to buy some pretty expensive health insurance out of pocket, and I've had to make a lot of ends meet without a job and without a paycheck, and I've been really hurting for money, and I've had a really hard time. And my doctor has helped me get through all of that as well, and has really helped me work with the insurances that I have and try to make sure everything is good and coded correctly and gets through quickly, so that I don't run out of insurance before everything's paid. Dr. Sparrow feels like a friend to me. The empathy and the cheerfulness and just the friendliness that she gives to me as a human being has allowed me to feel so comfortable with her and so equal to her. The first time I ever met her, she showed me pictures of her dog, and we talked about my dog. She has this amazing black lab, and she loves him. She was saying that this is her baby, and her friends all think she's weird because she tells them that she gave birth to him, and that's her buddy, that's her baby boy doggy, and that's her son. And I laughed and I said, that's what I tell everyone about my dog. I say I gave birth to her too, and that's my baby and my child and my daughter. And we laugh because we both have dog babies. And I could tell because every single picture that she had in her office was of her dog. I could tell that she loved this dog. So when it came to the day of my surgery, I knew that I wanted to give her a present. And I knew it had to be something related to a black lab, to her baby, to her dog. Because that was the first conversation we'd ever had, and because I knew that this dog was so important to her, and I wanted to give her something personal, something special, something that would show that I cared about her as a human being as well, just like she cared about me. And I wanted it to be important. I wanted it to be a gift that she would always, always value. And for me, that means art. Art is the ultimate gift. When I give somebody artwork, it is truly the thing that I give from my heart. It is the most special thing that I can possibly give. If I give you art, it is because I love you so much. I really am so grateful for you. And art is the best way that I can show that. Art is the best gift that I have been given to, myself, and it's the best gift that I can give. So what I did is I painted a picture of a black lab, and I went through hundreds of reference photos trying to find one that looked like her baby boy with the little white on his chest. And I wanted one to look happy. You'd be amazed if you go online and look at reference photos of black labs. They all look so somber and sad or really dramatic, and I wanted a happy boy, a happy face for her, and to show her happy, sweet boy doggy that she loves. And I found a great picture and I painted it, and I brought it with me to my surgical day. And you come into the hospital, they sit you down, they get you all ready, and then the doctor comes in to come see you in your hospital gown and in the bed and talk to you about the surgery just before you all go back, and make sure everything's okay, and see if you have any questions. And when she did, I had my hospital gown on and my surgical room stockings and the socks and all these things and the hat and I was looking my best, girl. And she came in and she asked me if I had any questions, and we had a conversation, and then I said, I have a present for you. And she said, you have a present for me? And I said, yeah, it's something I've made for you. She said, you made a present for me? You made something for me? And I was like, yeah. So we gave her the gift bag, and she took it out, and the look on her face, it really did show that she appreciated the thought and the love that was behind this painting that I had done for her. And she was so sweet and so kind. And I told her I've never had someone actually care for me that had to care for me, and I appreciate it. And she cried and I cried and we hugged and Dre took a picture. And it was awesome. And later on, after surgery, I mean, surgery was crazy. It took way longer than she thought it was supposed to, because the tumor was so huge and it had caused so much damage, and it was a very long procedure, but she did an amazing job. And well afterwards, she sent me and my husband a picture. She took the painting home and she showed it to her dog. And her dog liked it, and she sent me a picture of her holding it next to her dog, and it looks just like him, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy that she loves it. And when I saw her, sorry, I'm all emotional now. When I saw her for my 6-week update for my pre-op check, or my post-op check, my after-surgery exam, she showed me that she was having a baby. Now she's expecting a child, and she has chosen my painting, the painting that I did, to be the theme for her child's nursery. She's used the colors that I used in the painting as inspiration, and she's going to be hanging it. It's the first thing that's going in her child's nursery, and I really think that shows to me that, you know, she understands how heartfelt and how special that painting is. So it is definitely something that she is going to cherish and that she's going to appreciate for a very long time. And I'm just so glad. I'm so glad, because the care that she's given to me, the life-saving care that she has given to me, is something I'm going to cherish for the rest of my life. So anyway, I really hope that you guys appreciated this story. If you liked it, please do give me a thumbs up, and tell me what you think in the comment section down below. Have you ever been so grateful to somebody, and so grateful, and just so full of just heartfelt gratitude that you had to do something for them? And if so, what did you do? For me, it's always going to be art. Art is my finest gift that I can give, but I'd love to hear what you guys have done. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to talk to all of you later. Bye.